Live edition of the Salty Thoughts Mike Steph podcast, recapping the New York Knickerbockers Game 1 victory in epic fashion, in gritty fashion, apropos to being true New York representative team. The Knicks beat the San Antonio Spurs on the road 105-95. Jalen Brunson had 30 points on 31 shots. Captain Clutch came through as usual. But this game was a complete team effort. This game featured heroics from none other than Karl-Anthony Towns. Yes, I mean, Jalen Brunson's going to get all the press clippings. He's going to get all the accolades, and rightfully so, because he's captain. Captain Clutch came through as usual. But we would not be in the position to make the game relevant if it was not specifically for Karl-Anthony Towns. And for all my longtime listeners, my longtime viewers, personal friends of mine, know that I have been a Karl-Anthony Towns detractor many times during his tenure as a New York Knick. But what he did last night in the biggest game of his career, because this is the first time he was in the NBA Finals, the biggest game of his career, the biggest challenge of his career. Hey, what up, Daz? What's good? Was unbelievable. Now, the numbers would say 18 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. Yeah, good game. No, his numbers are actually very understated. He took the challenge personally against Victor Wembanyama. Every time Victor came out on the perimeter, he took advantage of his strength, and he took advantage of the surprising quickness that he displayed. And people would think Wemby would be a little bit nimble, but no. Karl-Anthony Towns was taking him to the hole each and every time he came out on the perimeter. He did not settle for three-pointers. I was afraid that Karl-Anthony Towns was going to try to lure him and keep him outside to keep the paint, keep the paint empty. He would resort to three-pointers. No. He drove it, and we drove it with authority. He finished ambidextrously, right or left, and he had enough size that he was able to box out and shield Victor Wembanyama from trying to swipe his shot. I'm going to go down the line of unsung heroes from the New York Knicks. But first and foremost, here's a stat. Do you know that the New York Knicks outscored the San Antonio Spurs 57 to 38 in the second half. 57 to 38. We ended the game on an 11-0 run. But the turning point of the game was when Victor Wembanyama went out in the third quarter. They were up 14 points. And within a matter of seconds, not minutes, seconds. What up, Ty? What's good? A matter of seconds, they whittled that score down to 7. For them to even make sure that it was nip and tuck at the end of the third quarter and into the fourth quarter as a tie game, I believe it was tied 76 all, was a win. Not only was it a win that we won the non-Victor minutes in the second, third, and fourth quarter, but by us winning in such decisive fashion in that third quarter, by us bringing the score down so quickly in that third quarter, it quickened the amount of time that Victor had to return to the court And you knew that the stamina was going to get him, was going to catch up with him. But like I said, the unsung heroes of the Knicks game, of the Knicks game 1 victory last night, goes as follows. First and foremost, Karl-Anthony Towns. Like I said, the defense that he played was phenomenal. Him controlling the boards was phenomenal. Was more important. His defense was more important than his scoring, because that allowed him to stay out. He did not catch stupid petty fouls. It allowed him to stay out on the court. And then even when Mitch Robinson came in, albeit maybe a little hampered with his fractured pinky, Mitch Roberts doing the darn thing on the defensive end also. I believe he had a stop in which he forced Victor into a traveling call because Victor tried to fake his way out, and in which he moved his pivot foot. Like, Mitch is the unsung hero. Josh Hart, after a foul-plagued first half in which he only played 7 minutes in the first half. And yes, this, as you can see, I'm driving, and this is off the top of the dome. 7 minutes in the first half, 3 fouls. But he made his impact known in the second half. He had a total of 15. He took it back to 2024 when he was playing power forward for the New York Knicks. 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, impeccable defense in the second half. Another unsung hero, Deuce McBride. It might not show up in the score, in the box score, but Deuce McBride. Yo, I'm concentrated. I'm good. Appreciate you. Deuce McBride was only 2 for 7 from the field, but the 2 for 7 from the field were 2 important and timely 3-pointers, in which kept us within arm's reach at the time in which he made the 3-pointers. Landry Shamet, 30-plus minutes, solid defense, 13 points, 3 for 6 from the 3-point line, and a very, very important defensive play with under 2 minutes remaining, a deflection that he caused that went off of San Antonio that gave us possession after a challenge and pretty much sealed the game on the defensive end. Jose Alvarado only played 10 minutes, but it was an important 10 minutes. In the 10 minutes, he scored 7 points. And not only that, he held the fort down when Brunson went out with his knee tweak. He held the fort down when Brunson went out with his ankle tweak. And he did not sway away from the action. He brought it to Victor. I think he drew a goaltending because he went straight at him. Put it right on the glass. Victor pinned it. Goaltending. OG Anunoby, another one. You see how I'm going all down the line. OG Anunoby ended with 17 points. But most importantly, I believe out of his 17 points, I want to say 12 of them was in the fourth quarter. He hit 2 huge threes in the fourth quarter when it was winning time, when it was go time. Not only that, he was 4 for 4 on the line and did not allow the door to even be cracked for San Antonio to try to steal the game 1. Because in reality, the New York Knicks stole game 1. This is a game in which, in the past, the New York Knicks would have lost. When we were down 14, we might have did a little rally, and we would have came up short. This team has had a record 7 consecutive road victories on the road. 7 consecutive. We are on a 12-game playoff winning streak. Once again, the way the averages go, I'm watching the game with anxious energy, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, if the Knicks lose, okay, it's game one. Doesn't bode well for us, because if anybody hasn't tuned in, me and the young OG from Illinois, from Joliet, Illinois, right outside of Chicago, Desmond Towell, host of the Mid Post, every Tuesday on the 19 Media Group YouTube channel and all streaming platforms where the podcasts are available. We previewed the NBA Finals. And we said a lot of these things that came into fruition, we said on the pod. We said Josh Hart was going to be an enormous piece. Cat was going to have to show up. The bench depth was going to show its head. Shaman was going to have to continue doing Shaman things, and that's what he did. Deuce was going to come out and have to give quality minutes, which he did. We even had a Jordan Clarkson sighting. Love you too, brother. Love you too. We had a Jordan Clarkson sign, which was so ironic, because by mistake, by happenstance, we actually broke down what kind of importance Jordan Clarkson might be in this series, and due to Josh Hart getting those 2 quick fouls in the first quarter, Jordan Clarkson made an early appearance. Only played 5 minutes for the game, but I think he was +2. He held down the fort. And I believe, and I'm confident, did he hold down the fort? Listen, Ty, you're not going to get me. You're not going to get me. Ask the brother yourself. Matter of fact, you watch the show. You know who he picked. And the only reason there's no slander against my younger brother is because that's my younger brother. Just like you're my younger brother. But I'll give you slander all day. There's nah. We're on a different wavelength. Real recognize real? Well, actually, real recognize real in all of us. So, but yeah, it was when everything went triple zeros, and I'm looking back at the game. I will say this, because this is going to be half my recap, and you might as well say my preview for game 2, which is tomorrow. Now, all the pundits would say, well, the Knicks got what they came for, which is the split. While that is true, that does not mean that we are satisfied. Because from what I looked at, the halftime adjustments were impeccable. Champagnie. Yeah, I know it's Champagnie, whatever the name is. Champagne campaign. Torched us from 3 in the first half. He was like 5 or 6. Quiet as a mouse in the second half. The way our defense is formulated to take pressure off of Karl-Anthony Towns, and especially to take pressure off of Jalen Brunson, our defense is formulated that if you're going to get an open shot, the way our rotations are, if you're going to get an open shot, you're going to get an open shot in the corners. And that's what they were. Scam pennies. Yeah, that's right. Scam pennies. Yeah, Scam Penny was doing it. He was doing it dirty. Yeah, I'm going to take that one. Piece of Johnson. Piece of Brunson. Piece of Johnson. Piece of Brunson. Piece to everybody. You see, I'm trying to be subdued. I'm trying to be nice and even keeled. But yeah, so Scam Pennies was torching it from the corner. Shut that down. Castle. He's a problem, but he is a problem that can be solved by using his aggression against him And also, he's playing some D. Don't allow him to don't allow him to play bully ball. Because that's what he wants. He wants to play bully ball. Do not allow him to play bully ball, and everything should be A-OK. The one person on the Spurs that I am concerned about, that we have to hold in check, and tell you the truth, Mitch Johnson, a.k.a. Terrence Howard, for those who know, yeah, man. What Mitch Johnson did, man, was self-check Harper. What, Dylan Harper? I'm parking the car for all those concerned. Appreciate that. I don't even mean that sarcastically. But Dylan Harper is a problem. He's a problem because not only is he very skilled, he is very intelligent. His basketball IQ is top notch for him to be a rookie. And that's the person I personally believe he only had 11 minutes in the second half. And what it seemed like in the first half, he had an innate ability to score and make a big play when the Spurs needed him most. When the Spurs needed it most. Wembanyama shooting 9 threes, we'll take that all day. He make them. The old slogan? It's a make and miss league. He make them, but he want to take those threes. He want to come out and try to get his KD on. Fine, do that, because at all times we got 3 defenders around and swiping at the ball. So by Terrence Howard limiting Dylan Parker to 11 minutes, man, he did us a favor. De'Aaron Fox, I'm not scared of him. If he can't get to the hole cleanly, he's a non-factor. Oh, you want to shoot 15-footers? If he don't get in that paint, he's a non-factor. Champagnie, I don't know. For some reason, he got some vendetta, like we passed over him. I know I think he's from Queens. And Alvarado was getting in his face like, listen, homeboy, this is not the smoke you want. This is not the smoke that you need. He was getting his street profits on. I want the smoke. I want the smoke. But yeah. Game 2. I'll give you my prediction now because I'm not coming back until Saturday afternoon for a Game 2 recap. I was about this close to come back last night, but I told y'all and I told everybody who tunes in, and I told myself more importantly, that when these games go, I'm such in an emotional place that, yeah, while it might make for good podcast and make good stream, I really want to sit with it, get some feedback, find out what everybody else is talking about, collect my thoughts, and then come over here and do my thing, which is driving and going to work and talking to y'all at the same time. Yeah, I know. He tried. Listen, I am way above. Yeah, exactly. If I stream at midnight, I'm so amped up, you won't sleep until 2 a.m. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, I actually have free time, but the lighting would have been crappy. I would have been in the car, but it would have been at night, so y'all really wouldn't have been able to see me. So I was like, you know what? Y'all already know what time it is. Hopefully, when that notification go up that I'm live, I know y'all tune in. But yeah, he was trying to get me with the Jedi mind trick. He don't realize I'm a master sensei. Shoot, I'm a reformed Sith. You know, Siths are Jedis that just went the wrong way. But we know all the Jedi mind tricks. So yeah, he tried to get me, but you know, Donnie Anakin has been laid to sleep. You know, Mike Skywalker's here now. Steph Skywalker, yeah, Steph Skywalker. That's gonna be my new moniker. But yeah, for Game 2, I think we got the rust off. We made our adjustments. We have more to tuck. Jalen Brunson's not going to go 11 for 31 again. He was 9 of 29 and still had the cojones to hit that three in the corner to put us up for good and to take them to school in the paint. So, Victor Wembanyama, I'm quite sure he's going to want to get his get back. He's going to want to get his revenge. But with the day in between, once again, this is going to be down to the others, as Shaq always calls them, the others. Last night, our others outshined their others, especially on the road. Our others will be intact. I believe Jalen Brunson might take a step back physically because there's only one game in between. One day in between. If anything, Jalen Brunson will be close to his optimum self when we get back home, when we get back to the city, because we got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night. So he got pretty much 3 days off to get whatever treatment he's going to need on that. There was some talk on social media that he took a perk. Perk Brunson was in effect. Which is crazy. Anybody know about wrestling? Perk Angle was a thing. Perk Brunson was in effect. Because I've never seen a dude tweak himself so many times. He go in that back, his pops go in that back, and he comes back like, I think his pops be his pops be treating him like Ghost used to treat Tyreek. Listen, little, you gonna rub some dirt on that. He gonna wait. Rim Bum is going back to France with a baguette and a beret from NYC. Yeah, he's not even going to get the legitimate. He's not even going to get the legitimate beret. He's going to get the knockoffs in Times Square. Do they got look? He's going to go. Darn. What's the name of that? Which one? They had a cafe on the Upper West Side. Little French cafe. Darn, I forgot the name of it. It used to be on the Upper West Side. I'm not sure if it is anymore. But he's gonna go up there. He's gonna get his counterfeit beret and take Air France back home. But I'm still gonna say Knicks in 6. At this point in time, I really believe it's Knicks in 5. But I'm a Knicks fan from the mid '80s. From prior to Patrick Ewing. So that's 84, 83. And I'm going to be steadfast in this belief not to count the money. Don't touch the money. So I'm not. So my prediction for game 2, I believe the Knicks are going to win. I think it's going to be very close. Might be even an overtime game. Victor Wembanyama is going to be out for blood, but if we keep the others in check, like we did in the second half last night, and if our others come to play, like they did, well-rounded, I see no reason why we can't go up 2-0 and come back. Man, if we're up 2-0, going back to the Garden on Monday night, do you know what kind of party it's going to be? Do you know what type of atmosphere it's going to be? I'm off Monday. Am I going to the city? Oh, no. I am not. Nis matin. But I'm going to be off. I'm going to be off the next 2 days. So, matter of fact, how about this? Keep your notifications on, because I might just go live tomorrow night. Because I am off. My daughter is going to a high school prom tomorrow. Main Event K has a high school prom tomorrow. So, depending when my fatherly duties end that night, because y'all know how prom night is, I might decide to go live, because I actually would be in the comfy confines of the home abode. So, I got to get out of here because I'm about like a minute late for my shoot job. So, please tune in. Thanks for tuning in. I'll check y'all either tomorrow night, Saturday afternoon. One down. 3 to go. Love y'all. Love y'all. Sincerely, I love y'all. I holla. Goodbye. Say goodbye.